All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, to my elder bishops, and to my elder teachers of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, Shalom, Shalom. To the very few sisters, the Akwaf, that listen and follow this truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akwaf, to you sisters out there. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the priest Ain Wa from the GMS South Carolina Midlands camp, coming back through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to do this lesson, Lord willing. This lesson be edifying, man. And, I just kind of want to touch on, salvation. And whatever else comes to my mind, to my spirit, I should say. I want to start in Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And ultimately, having this mindset, knowing that our salvation is close, even closer than what we know, than what we understand, because we can clearly understand that our salvation is near. And how can we understand that? How do we know that? Well, by what's going on around the world, right? The prophecies unfolding right before our very eyes. That's how we know the times that we're in, man. Okay? Pursuant to 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. 2nd Esdras 9:1, measuring the times, seeing what's going on and, all over the world, all over the planet Earth, and linking them back to the scriptures, right? The weather is getting much more violent. And ultimately, the Lord is, also working on the minds of the kings, right? To, being the mindset, preparing them for war, for this third world war that's up and coming. Okay. We're seeing the uproars of the people, crashing out on the edge. All it takes is one, it could be one event that could, send somebody overboard, man, and that's because the wicked is ruling. As the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in bear of rule, the people mourn, roughly paraphrasing. And that's why the people are mourning, because the wicked, Esau, Edom, pursuant to Malachi 1:4, Esau, Edom, the wicked, is in rulership, man. And this devil is completely draining the people of, all of their energy, literally, because of, these data centers and all of the 5G, the 6G, the chemtrails, the chemicals that they're spraying in the air, right? So this devil is literally draining the people of their energy, draining the people, of their hard-earned FRNs when they go to work. The people are getting taxed to death. So everybody's on edge, man. All it takes is one, event that can just send people, that can just make them snap. Right? The love of many are waxing colder and colder, as the scriptures say. Let me see if I can grab that. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And when you go into that word cold, it ultimately goes into psycho, right? The people are crashing out, man, going crazy. Okay. But this is how we know that we're in the last days of Esau, Edom's rulership, man. Okay. So what's getting ready to transpire? The Lord is getting ready to take Esau out of power and raise up Jacob. But it's a process. Okay. 2nd Esdras 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world. And the word world ultimately going into eon, or age, a period of time. So this devil is coming to the end of his rulership, of his set time that the Lord had for him to rule, he's coming to the end of that time. Okay. It says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that transition period is taking place. But it's going to be a transition that's going to change the lives of everyone, myself included, all of us, believers. Okay. And especially, these people. And I say especially because these people, they don't realize what's about to take place. Okay. That's why we're blessed that the Lord has revealed these things unto us, pursuant to Amos 3:7. Right? Let's grab that. Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, so it's a secret that the Lord is getting ready to destroy America, Babylon the Great. That he's about to take down the wicked one, Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white people, right? The so-called white race. But the ones that mainly are benefiting from the blessing, because ultimately Esau's in power because of the blessing, pursuant to Genesis, the 27th chapter. The only ones that's mainly benefiting from that blessing is that top wicked 1% so-called elite. But guess what? All these Edomites have benefited off the fact of them being so-called white. Okay, all of that shit is about to come to an end. So that's why this shameful spewing is coming out on this devil. Now Esau wants to try to play the victim role because everybody knows that they're the reason that the earth is in turmoil. Okay, that everything is degenerate. Okay, so we're at the end of this devil's rulership. So this is that transitioning period taking place. So as I was going into, while the Lord is raising up Jacob, Israel, okay, beginning with the elect, and taking down Esau, it's going to be a violent transition. Okay, which leads me to Jeremiah 30:7. Because we coming into that time of Jacob's trouble, man. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great. Excuse me. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? And when it says he shall be saved out of it, that's talking about the elect. Okay, the 144,000 and, the Lord's multitude that the Lord has slated for salvation, consisting of, women, children, friends of the prophets. Okay. But Jacob's trouble is we're in the beginning stages of it, man. That's why you're seeing this racial tension heating up more and more and more. Because this devil has to blame someone, man. Right now he's over there in Israel, Salaki. He's over there in Iran getting his ass whipped. Okay. So they're about to blame you Israelites, especially, us teaching this word, because we're the number one people that they want to come against. But ultimately all of Jake, man. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. And if you don't have that hedge of protection from your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai around you, you're going to be destroyed, man. Okay? But guess what? I want to focus on where it says, but he shall be saved out of it. The elect. The salvation is coming, man. That's why I started this this lesson with Romans 13:11. Our salvation is close. But see, we got to go through that straight gate. So we got to enter into Jacob's trouble, to where we're going to be caught up in certain uncompromising positions, so that the Lord ultimately can work his miracles. In order for a miracle to be performed, you got to be put in a situation to where that said miracle is going to be performed, man. So we're coming into a time to where our faith is about to be tested in a major way, on an extremely high level, the likes that we've never been tested before. But we have to keep the faith. That's what it's all about, keeping the faith. We already know what, and see, that's why we have an advantage over the rest of the world. See, the rest of the world, and when I say the rest of the world, I'm speaking about the word of Israel, the 2/3, they're going to crash out. They don't have any faith. The things that they have faith in is ultimately Esau and his system. But when this system fails, ultimately Jake is gonna, they're not gonna believe the things that they've thought that they had faith in. Let's just say so-called white Jesus, right? That's gonna go out the window. These different religions that Jake is involved in, all of that, it's gonna go out of the window. Okay. Now you're gonna have a multitude that comes in at the last hour, but I'm speaking about the 2/3 who ain't gonna hearken into this message. Ultimately, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna take the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. When they can't go to work, when they can't get food to provide, for themselves and their families, they're going to crash out, and ultimately they're going to bow down to Esau. But see, we have an advantage over the world because we understand what's going on. We understand what Esau is trying to do. We understand that we're not supposed to take that RFID microchip. Okay? We got to keep the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Let's go here to let me go here real quick to Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So we got to keep the faith, man. The Lord is going to deliver us in that appointed time. We have to keep that faith, man. All right. And endure unto the end, as the scriptures say. Right. What's that? Matthew 24 and 13. I'll end off on this. And Lord willing, I'll be back with another lesson. I'm just I got a few errands I got to run. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. The word endure ultimately to be means to be made hardened through adversity, man. And that's why the Lord is hardening us now through certain chastisements, right? Certain things that the Lord is putting us through. He's preparing us for this final battle. Okay, this for the exit exam, man, is what I like to call it, because the Lord literally is about to exit us up out of Babylon, America. Okay, and it's going to be in a glorious fashion, right? Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, a chariot, the fathership, and their enemies beheld them. Okay, pursuing, and then you can go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Our enemies are literally going to see us getting beamed up on the fathership, man, a so-called UFO. You see? So we don't got nothing to worry about, man. We just got to keep the faith and endure, man. But Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elder apostles, to my elder bishops, and to my elder teachers of Great Millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. Until next time, shalom.